Hello students, greetings of the day. I hope everyone is doing good and preparing well for the examination. So myself Mohammad Basha, so I have come up with this video that is explaining you a day before exam strategy is how to prepare business economics and business economics a day before its examination. Okay, so before starting this video, first of all I would like to thank our academic director Mr. Prakash sir for providing all the input and coming out with a plan to help our students how to prepare a day before exam strategy when it comes to business economics and business commercial knowledge. So this video will help you out in carrying out rapid revision of this entire paper 4. So just spend 20 minutes looking at this video. Please note down the points and it will be very much helpful for you to how to prepare, in which order the chapters are to be prepared, which chapters are important, and in those chapters which topics are important. All these things are clearly mentioned in this video. Okay. So when it comes to business economics, the least important topic is demand forecasting. Hardly you may get a one bit from that chapter or from that topic. So you can better skip that topic. Okay, right now. So how many hours of preparation time is available? Generally, between two examinations, we have around 25 hours of preparation time. That is between paper 3 and paper 4. So out of these 25 hours, better to spend 14 hours on business economics and 9 hours on business and commercial knowledge. This segregation is done on the basis of weightage and the number of chapters that we have to go through. Okay, it's up to the prerogative of student to decide their own number of hours required for preparation. Okay, so 14 on business economics and 9 for business and commercial knowledge, BCK, and remaining 2 hours should be spent on 2 MTPs which were released by ICAI for this attempt. Okay, so what is the plan of action before going through this strategy? Before starting your preparation according to the strategy, first you have to prepare 2 sets of MTPs and approximately spend around 1.5 to 2 hours on these 2 MTPs which are released by ICAI for this attempt. Okay, right, so you will get an idea, okay, which chapters carry more weightage and which chapters carry less weightage. Okay, next, points to be noted. When it comes to economics, most of the MCQs that are given in economics examination, business economics examination, are framed from theory part itself. That means out of 60 questions, around 45 to 50 are directly framed from theory part. So focus. So when it comes to preparation of business economics, please give more importance to theory part, then go for MCQs. When it comes to BCK, in examination, we have seen that the ICAI is giving equal importance. The examiner is giving equal importance to both theory part as well as MCQs. With the 50% of MCQs we are getting from MCQs given at the end of the ICAI Institute material or from MTPs, and 50% are being framed from theory part. Okay, so there is a difference when it comes to preparation for business economics as well as from BCK. In business economics, you need to focus more on theory part, and when it comes to BCK, you need to give equal importance to both MCQs given at the end of our material or at the end of ICAI and theory part. Okay, right now, order of preparation. So do remember one thing: if fast track material is already provided to you, then stick on to that fast track material. First, prepare all the chapters from that fast track material. Then, if sufficient time is available, then you can go through the remaining part that you have left in the below mentioned order. If fast track material is not available with you, then follow the order given below, strategy given below. So basically, we have categorized each chapter into 3 parts. That is first priority, second priority, and third priority. What are first priority? What are second priority? And what are third priority? First priority topics are most important topics from which we are expecting more number of MCQs. And third priority topics are the least important. Okay, and in between these two we have second priority items. Okay, next now. So note, immediately after completion of paper 3 examination, follow the strategy as mentioned below. Start revising with the first 4 chapters in economics as given below. That is, whatever the first 4 chapters that we have mentioned in this order, first try to complete those first 4 chapters. After completion of those first 4 chapters in business economics, then start preparation of BCK. Then start. Why, sir? Because by completing these 4 chapters, these first 4 chapters given in this strategy, you can easily answer more than 50% of MCQs in the examination when it comes to business economics part. So as you have completed the first 4 chapters in the order given here, you can start BCK preparation. Okay, right. So after completion of the first 4 chapters in economics, start preparing the first 4 chapters in BCK in the order stated below, whatever the order that you have stated now. By doing so, what will happen, Nana? We can answer more than 60% of the entire question paper. So we can feel confident in while giving examination. Okay. So the remaining time can be spent on preparation of the leftover chapters. Okay, right. Let us see the order, Nana. So when it comes to business economics, the first chapter that we have to focus on nature and scope of business economics. The time given for this one is 1.5 hours. This chapter carries around 8 to 11 marks. Okay, the first priority topics are clearly mentioned here: business, basis of economics, subject matter of economics, meaning of business economics, definition and nature of business economics, capitalist economy. Second priority chapters are given here: introduction to economics, scope of business economics, central economic problems, socialist economy, mixed economy. Okay, there are no third priority chapters. Third priority topics from this chapter. Okay, right. The second chapter, after completion of that first chapter, the second chapter is business cycles. The time given for this chapter is 1 hour 45 minutes. The weightage of this chapter is 10 to 12 marks. Okay, so first priority topics or items in this chapter are graphical representation of business cycles, phases of business cycles, features of business cycles, causes of business cycles, indicators of business cycles. Second priority items are introduction, relevance of business cycles in business, in decision making, examples of business cycles. The third chapter that we need to focus is markets. The time given for this, or time sufficient for revising this chapter, is 45 minutes. Because it's very easy chapter, only few topics are important from this chapter, so focus on that now. So the weightage from this chapter that we are expecting is 6 to 8 marks. Okay, the first priority items are classification of markets, market structure, concepts of TRAR and MAR, and price determination. Second priority items are nothing but introduction, and whatever the topics that are left over, that are all categorized as third priority items. Okay, next. Now, fourth chapter when it comes to business economics is price and output determination under different markets. Time given for revision of this chapter is 1.5 hours. Weightage of this chapter is 7 to 10 marks. See, Nana, markets and price and output determination are interlinked. That's why we have kept it in an order. Okay. So first priority items in this chapter are perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly. And second priority are other important items, other important market forms. We don't have any third priority items from this chapter. So these are the first 4 chapters that you need to focus while preparing business economics. So as soon as you have completed paper 3 examination, start after taking some time as a break and relaxing now, start preparing first these 4 chapters and make sure that you are able to complete these 4 chapters by the end of the day. For example, your exam gets completed by 4, right? So start preparing by 6 or 6:30 and make sure that by 10, 10:30 or 11, try to spend one more extra hour because it is the last examination, right? So by 11, you have to complete all the 4 chapters. Then you can feel confident. Yes, we can answer more than 50% of bits in business economics. So once you have completed these 4 chapters, then go to business and commercial knowledge. Okay, let us see the business economics part first. So these are the 4 most important chapters. After that, what we have? Production analysis. Revision given, amount of time given for revision is 1 hour. Weightage is 4 to 5 marks. You can clearly see the first priority items are law of varying proportions, law of returns to scale, Cobb-Douglas production function. The second priority items are production function, short-term versus long-term production function, production optimization, economies of scale. And remaining is the third priority items. Next chapter is theory of cost. 1 hour is given for revision of this chapter, Nana, and weightage is 4 to 6 hours. The first priority items are concepts of cost, short-term cost, relationship between MC and AC. Second priority items are key terminologies for understanding short-run and long-run cost function, short-run unit cost, long-run unit cost curve, and remaining are third priority items. Next chapter is theory of consumer behavior. Time given for the revision of this chapter is 2 hours. 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If you want less time, you can make it none, but make sure that you are able to complete this chapter within 2 hours. Okay. Weightage is 3 to 5 marks. What are the first priority items? Law of diminishing marginality, consumer equilibrium, single commodity versus more than one commodity. This second topic, this second item, that is consumer equilibrium in single commodity versus more than one commodity, is a newly added topic in ICAI material, Nana. So please focus on that second point. Okay, that is second point in first priority items. Theory of consumer surplus, indifference curve analysis, properties of indifference curve analysis. Second priority items in this chapter are marginality analysis, and all the remaining topics have been kept as third priority items. Okay, next, theory of demand. So 1 hour is sufficient for revising this chapter. If you are able to complete within 1 hour, it is well and good. Okay, so weightage is 3 to 4 marks. So first priority items are determinants of demand, reasons for downward slope of demand curve, exceptions of law of demand, cross demand. Second priority items are law of demand, expansion, contraction of quantity demanded, increase and decrease of demand, income demand. All the remaining topics have been classified as third priority items. Okay, so next chapter is elasticity of demand. So you can clearly see we are not following the same order as given in ICAI material. Basing on the weightage and importance of chapter, we have come up with this table. Okay, so elasticity of demand for this 1 hour is sufficient. If maximum 1 hour, if you are able to complete with in less than 1 hour, well and good. Weightage is 2 to 4 marks. So you may get 2 marks, or maximum number of bits that you will get from this chapter is 4 marks. So first priority items are price elasticity of demand, cross price elasticity of demand. Okay. Second priority items are income elasticity of demand, promotion elasticity of demand. Next, and all the remaining items have been kept as or categorized as third priority items. Theory of supply. Time given for revision is 1 hour, 2 to 4 marks weightage. First priority items are introduction, law of supply, elasticity of supply, determinants of supply are the second priority items, and equilibrium price is third priority item. Okay, production. 30 minutes is sufficient for revising this chapter, 1 to 2 marks weightage. So we don't have any first priority items in this chapter. Introduction, types of utility, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, all these are second priority items, and all the remaining topics have been classified as third priority items. Okay, next, so with this we have completed business economics. Business economics knowledge. When it comes to business economics knowledge, start with introduction to business and business economics. Sorry, business and business commercial knowledge. Time given for revision of this chapter is 1.5 hours. Weightage from this chapter is 6 to 7 marks. Do remember one thing, in the recent 2 or 3 items, what we have seen is that ICAI is giving equal weightage to all the chapters in business and commercial knowledge. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to follow this or other. But what we feel is that first chapter is a very easy chapter to revise, so start with this chapter. Okay. The first priority items are human activities, business as an economic activity, forms of business organized. Second priority, introduction, features of business ownership. Okay. Second chapter, business environment. 2 hours time is given for revision. Weightage is 6 to 7 marks. So first priority items are economic environment, pestle analysis, environmental scanning, SWOT analysis, type of organization response to its environment. Second priority items are from this chapter: meaning and importance of studying business economics, components of business economics, micro and macro environment, elements of micro environment, factors in socio-cultural environment which have an impact on business, demographic environment, global environment, characteristics of business environment, importance of business environment, exchange or relationship between an organization and its important holistic strategic responses to the environment. Okay, so apart from these topics, whatever the topics that are there, all those have been classified as third priority items. Okay, a bit lengthy chapter but important one. You can easily revise it. Okay, that's why we have given 2 hours for revision of this chapter. Okay, government policies for business growth. The third chapter that you need to revise is government policies for business growth. So for this we have given 2 hours, 6 to 7 marks weightage. The first priority items are specter of government policies for business. It's a newly added topic. Do remember that thing. Next, overview of economic policy. It is also a newly added topic. That's why we have categorized as first priority items. The impact of fiscal policy on business. This is also a newly added topic. Macro policy indicators and business conduciveness. This is also a newly added topic. So all the 4 topics in this chapter that are given in first priority items are newly added in ICAI material. Along with that, policy formulation, impact transmission process is also newly added topic. So as these are newly added topic, we are expecting bits from this topic. So that because the ICAI wants to test you out whether you are thorough with the ICAI material or not. So please go through these topics. That's why we have categorized as first priority items. Okay, we are expecting bits from these topics. Next, nature or type of public policy, privatization, globalization. These are the first priority topics or items. Second priority topics are interface between government policies and business growth, the economic change process, liberalization. Apart from these first and second priority, whatever the topics that are left have been classified as third priority items. Okay, so with this we have completed 3 chapters in BCK. The fourth chapter, organization facilitating business. 1.5 hours is sufficient for revising this chapter. Weightage is 4 to 6 marks. So what are the first priority topics in this chapter? Non-funding institutions of business facilitation in India, RBI, SEBI, CCI funding institution. What are the second priority items? Point of contact business facilitators, IRDAI and NABARD. Apart from these 2, whatever the topics that are left in this chapter have been classified as third priority items. Am I clear? Yes. Next, only 2 chapters are left in business and commercial knowledge. So please stick on to this order. It will be easy for your preparation because last 2 chapters that you are seeing on the slide are a bit lengthy chapters. Okay, so rather than spending the entire time or most of the time on these 2 chapters, better to complete the 4 chapters first. So common business terminologies. For that 2 hours is sufficient for revising most of the chapter. Weightage is 6 to 8 marks. So what are the key or first priority topics? Banking terminologies, marketing terminologies, finance terminologies, stock and commodity market terminologies. Second priority items are introduction, other business terminologies. Okay. Next, last chapter in business and commercial knowledge is business organizations. 1 hour is sufficient, because no matter how much time you may spend on that chapter, it's a very big chapter. Altogether, you have 34 companies to go through and you have so much of data to remember. So that's why what we have done, instead of concentrating on this chapter first itself, but if you better spend time on this chapter at the end, you may cover most of the topic, because no matter how much amount of time you may spend on this chapter, there is no guarantee that you may be able to answer all the bits from this chapter. Okay, so 1 hour is given for that one. If you have more time, you can spend on it, Nana. So weightage of this chapter is 5 to 7 marks. So look at the points here. First, refer the quick reference issued by ICAI Institute. So ICAI Institute has released a quick reference. Stick on to that, because all the amendments have been or all the updated information have been included in that quick reference. Okay. After that, cover the following points in all the companies. What are those points? Incorporation year, ownership group, founder, CEO, CFO, vision, mission. Okay, and headquarters. Okay, so these are some basic points. Okay, so if you are thorough with quick reference, almost all these points have been covered there. So vision and mission you have to see in extra in your material. Okay, so first, after completion of first 4 chapters in business economics, which are mentioned here in the strategy, then complete the first 4 chapters in BCK. By doing so, you can easily answer more than 60% of question paper. More than 60%. Okay, around 65 to 70. You can simply answer that much of question paper now. So after that, you can prepare the remaining topics. Okay, I hope this video was helpful to you people. All the best for your examination. See you soon. Thank you.